Hi, everyone. I am Kari Samuels. I am waiting to see if I am live in the Shine and Be Seen group. Jess is going to tell me. Jess is our Chief Happiness Officer. Jess, am I here live in the Shine and Be Seen group?
Hi, everyone. Yes, we
Am
are
I shining
live. You're
and being
shining.
seen?
Yay.
Jess, we're shining and being seen in the group. Wouldn't that be ironic if I wasn't being seen in the Shine and Be Seen? So I am in the group, right? Yes. Okay, wonderful. Thank heavens for Jess, okay? I just have to say, you really need to surround yourself with people who, first of all, know what they're doing, and then will support you. So that is part of why we have this group. So let me introduce myself first. I'm Kari Sims, and this is Jess, our Chief Happiness Officer. Hello,
Hi,
Jess.
guys. Hi, everyone.
She's going to be helping us with all the technical things, and she's also going to be fielding questions. I really do want to take, I love when people say hi to you, Jess. I really want to take questions today and answer some questions. We do have a lot to cover. So in my classic New York way, I'm going to speak a little bit quickly at first. Would you like some coffee? So again, I'm Kari Samuels. I am your intuitive counselor and happiness coach. And you know, the reason I call myself a happiness coach is because I help people align with their soul's intentions and align with their soul's purpose and share their soul's purpose. And that is what makes you happy. So that is very relative to what we are talking about today, which is about creating soulful intentions from your heart rather than your ego. So before we begin, I just want to talk about this group, this Shine and Be Seen group that we have here. This is a temporary group. This is a pop-up group, as they say. Throughout the month of February, I'm dedicating the month of February to helping you with your calling. I used to say with your career, but it's actually your calling, right? Your calling is more than your business. Your calling is more than your career. But hopefully, you can turn your calling into a lucrative and viable and thriving career. And that's one of the things I want to help you with. And that's why I created the Shine and Be Seen group. Because empaths, sensitives, creatives, everything in the universe is a little bit paradoxical. Like, did I use that word twice already? It must be my favorite word right now. Because I was talking about being seen, not being seen. Oh, ironic, I must have said. So everything in the universe is a little bit paradoxical, because if you're meant to learn something, or if you have a gift in something, that's often what you'll find the most challenges in. So when you have a gift to share, you'll often find that you have a lot of opposition, because you have to find that strength from within. You have to find something within you that wants so badly to share it that it has to happen, right? And you get strengthened, you get tempered through opposition. That's the way the universe works. So when you have a gift, when you have a purpose, in the beginning, the universe might make it where those are your challenges. For instance, like let's say in your youth, you struggled with addiction and then you overcame it. And then you want to become an addiction counselor and help other people through that. For me, I struggled a lot with my self-esteem and I hid, right? The last thing I wanted to do was be seen. But then I also have a purpose to reach thousands, if not hopefully millions of people around the world. And so I had to find within me the strength, the confidence, the joy. Believe me, I was not born a happiness coach. I struggled with a lot of depression when I was younger because of my low self-esteem. And because it was such a triumph for me to get through these things, because I struggled with poverty vows and all of this, these fears about being seen, about being actually being my own brand. Even like it feels very awkward to put yourself out there as yourself. You know, it's easy to hide behind something. And it's funny because when I was looking to create my website, I tried all these names that had nothing to do with my name because I didn't want my name there. And Jess will tell you, I was like, no, I don't want my picture on the back. All these things are very important. You are the channel for your gifts, and people need to know that they trust you. People need to know that you're the vessel to deliver these gifts that they connect with. So I had to go on this journey to feel comfortable being seen, to feel comfortable putting myself out there, to feel comfortable being confident in my gifts. And because of that, I want to help you. And I know how challenging that is for sensitives. I know how challenging that is for empaths. You know, here's the paradox. If you're a sensitive person, if you're an empath in any way, or if you're an HSP and a highly sensitive person, that stands for in any way, you're designed to connect with people emotionally. And yet, any kind of fear of criticism or fear of rejection or perfectionism, because you want everything to be like amazing before you put it out there. And of course, you will be more amazing than you think you are, okay? Like, just because you're amazing, right? But there's this drive to connect, and there's this drive to uplift and inspire people with your gifts, and you know this inside of you. And yet that part of you that is so sensitive, that part of you that does is finely tuned to, those are like your little feelers, right? Of what people are thinking and feeling, which makes it your greatest gift. It makes you feel a little subconscious sometimes, perhaps, right? Most likely. And there's that sense of wanting to hide. And there's also that sense of, especially now, the world can feel a little bit crazy and a little bit cruel sometimes. And it's especially with social media now. And so like, you can see that and be like, well, I just don't want to have any part of it. I'm just going to do my thing in my own little way and not be a part of it. And that doesn't make any sense in some ways, because you're meant to connect with people emotionally. So what happens is, instead of radiating your light, you're shrinking and trying to do everything yourself. You were born to connect with people. You were born to emotionally be sensitive and also nurturing in some ways, and be nurtured. So you were born to have this emotional connection, and yet when you hide, you're depriving yourself of that emotional connection, and you're also depriving people of your gifts. So if you're in a place right now where you are feeling like you're giving too much, you're not making enough money, you work so hard and you're not appreciated enough, part of that might be because you're either afraid to share your gifts in some ways, and the universe is reflecting back at you that you're walking up the wrong hill, perhaps, or that you need to learn to be okay with receiving gifts, financial rewards, praise, appreciation, all those things for who you are and for what you have to share. And so this is why I created this group, Shine and Be Seen. Now this group is through February. Now after February is when I mentor a beautiful group of souls through Marie Forleo's B School. And that's a longer, I was going to say, I'm mentoring people. You're not really apprentices because you're masters of your trade, right? And that's one of the things I'm going to help you with, is to recognize that you're masters of your trade. And so that you have the confidence to put yourself out there in the world, and you have the tools to put yourself out there in the world. So I'm going to be mentoring people through Marie Forleo's B School after this. And so that takes a lot of focus and a lot of love. So that's why this group is temporary. But in the meantime, I wanted to help as many people as I can. So welcome. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So that is what the Shine and Be Seen community is about. That is what I'm about, helping you do that. Because that's my purpose. My purpose is to help people live their soul's calling. And it's an honor that you're here with me, that I get to share this experience with you. And I believe in you. And this is the thing, you need to surround yourself with people who accept you for who you are. Because when you do that, you have so much opportunity to take some chances, to experiment, to take risks, and also to feel love. Love, nurture, support, right? I mean, oh, it feels so good, right? So that's what we're here for. So I've noticed in this group, people have already been making connections and sharing of themselves and sharing, expressing what you were born to do, what your calling is, what you love. More of that. That's what this is for. Shine and be seen, okay? Not just when I tell you to, but all the time, right? Not when I say, hey, write this in the post. Go ahead, use this group as an exploration. This is what community is about. And I encourage you in your life to find like-minded souls. It is the most important thing to have people who are with you on your journey. So if you are in, if you have a calling to do something, don't be competitive or feel threatened by the people around you. The Latin derivative, the entomology is bugs, right? Etymology of the word competition originally meant to strive with. So it's important that you find like-minded souls to support you. And again, that's why I created this group. But we're only here till February. Now, of course, the people that are with me through B-School, we get to share this experience throughout the year. I would hope that I have the opportunity to do that, but whatever you do, you need to find a group of like-minded souls who you can share your gifts with, not just clients, just people that get you, that are working on the same things as you, so that you can help each other, so that you can support each other. So please promise me that whatever happens throughout this group, you're going to do that. And then after this group, promise yourself that you are going to connect with like-minded souls, that you're going to find a community that helps you. I didn't realize I was going to talk about all this stuff because what we're focusing today is on creating soulful intentions. But since it's one of my intentions to help you as much as I can in the time we have together, I wanted to share that with you. And I wanted to help you understand what this group is about and what groups are about in general and why it's so important. So thank you for being here. I love you. So what we're going to do now is create soulful intentions rather than ego-based intentions. And I want to first clarify for you what that even means and what we're talking about what is the soulful intention versus an ego-based intention. So I want to get back a little bit to the time before you're born. So I want to talk about your pre-birth agreements and what happens. So a lot of you don't know this about me, but I'm a professional psychic and intuitive, and I did intuitive one-on-one readings for many years, 2 decades. My calling is to teach people. And I'll talk about that more in a bit. And yet I have these psychic gifts as well. And so I was teaching people in my psychic one-on-one readings. And yet I wanted to reach more people, right? Which is why I'm doing these live streams now. When I was doing one-on-one readings, my specialty was pre-birth planning. I would connect with the guides that would give me an idea about your karma, what happened before you were born, why you have certain life lessons, why you've had your challenges, and why they are gifts, right? So before you were born, you and your amazing wise council of spirit guides plan your life. You plan what you're going to share with the world, the gifts that you've accumulated over many lifetimes that you want to share with the world in this incarnation. So you have to remember that. If you're like, oh, I'm not experienced enough yet, I don't have enough, whatever, you've accumulated these gifts over lifetimes. You know a lot more than you think. You're way more ready than you think you are. So there's a lot more to your life purpose that has to do with karma and relationships. Right now, we're going to focus on gifts, right? And the talents that you have, because that's the focus that we're doing now. So you have these unique talents. They're unique to you. Yeah, you know, maybe you're a writer, or maybe you are a musician, or whatever you are. Of course, there have been those things before in the past, but it's how you bring that into the world. Your unique flavor, your unique version of how you deliver these messages is very unique to you. Your personality, right? So the way the law of attraction works is that when you are in alignment with what you were born to do, meaning when you are making decisions that help you express what you were born to share with the world, the universe creates all kinds of opportunities for you. It doesn't mean it's never scary or hard, right? I mean, because of life. But, you know, and sometimes if you're scared, that means that you're in the right track. Obviously, you know, if you weren't scared, you would have been doing things before. But we're meant to express things that haven't been done before. Even in our previous lifetimes, you're expressing these things in a very unique way now. So the way the law of attraction works is that when you are in alignment with your unique purpose, your unique gifts, then that's when things open up for you. That's when you find opportunities. That's when you have prosperity. That's when you have happiness. That's when you feel joy. And when you are not in alignment, meaning when you are making choices that take you further away from your gifts and your purpose and your talents and what you're supposed to express, that's when the universe will show you. It's kind of like, you know, that game Marco Polo that you used to play in the like, you're warmer, you're hotter, you're colder. It's like the universe is like a, you know, sort of like a game that way. It's always showing you when you're on track. Now, if you're exhausted right now, if you're in that place where you've just been giving too much and not receiving enough, or you can't get an opportunity, that's simply the universe's way of showing you that you need to receive more, that you need to make some choices where you're doing that, or you need to make some choices where you're actually doing things for your soul's purpose and making that a priority, rather than making choices that you think are better for you. And oftentimes what you think is the secure choice is the one that's less secure, because it's taking you away from your unique purpose. Does that make sense? So why we are creating soulful intentions rather than ego-based intentions is so that you are more in tune with what you really came here for and what choices to make around that, rather than what your brain thinks is a safe choice. Those are ego choices. And I see this happen all the time, like even in people that teach the law of attraction. It's, in my opinion, a little bit simplified. The word that came to me was perverted, even. Like it can be very spiritual materialist, like where you're just like thinking of, you know, the universe is not like a vending machine, right? Like you can't just think you want something and then the universe will give that to you because the universe is trying to help you live your purpose. So if you're thinking something that's totally not in alignment with your purpose, you might not get it. And you can thank your lucky stars for it. So it's really important that you pay attention to what the universe is showing you. And, you know, if you think, well, I really want to do this and this is my gift, but I haven't had any opportunities, it's just the universe showing you that you need to find a different direction, that you need to try something else, maybe a little riskier, right? I remember when I've always wanted to teach. This is what I love. And when I was living in Pittsburgh, which of course we know is the spiritual mecca of the universe. I love Pittsburgh. This is where I got my start, and I was meant to be there. And I freaking love that city and the people in it and the trees. And it's such a great city, but it's not known for its woo-woo. We'll just put it that way. And, but I was there to be like a bridge maker, and it was helping me bridge into the woo as well. So it was awesome. And I had a lot of clients for, relative to the time, right? This is like, I wasn't online yet. And I thought, I'm going to teach a class, and I'm going to get all these people show up. And so I sent my email to, like, I think I had like 60 people, which I thought was amazingly massive. And I sent this email out and I got no response. And I thought, you know what? Am I supposed to interpret this like I'm not supposed to teach? But I felt so strongly I was supposed to do that. So I went to the local New Age store and asked to teach there. And I also went to the local, oh, I see, hello, Pittsburgher, hello, Yinzer. Someone just commented they're from Pittsburgh. Love that city. So my husband's from there, so how can I not love it, right? So anyway, so I went to the local New Age store and started teaching there. And I also went to the college, the continuing education, and said, hey, do you guys want a class on intuition? And I just, like, my world expanded. And so, it wasn't that, oh, it didn't work out, so I should just give up. It's like, you know what? Let me try something else, something that's scary, something that's new. And then it worked out. Does that make sense? And please feel free to comment if there's anything that that's sparking something within you, or that you really want to, that really you recognize, right? Or that you go, I mean, this is why we're here together, right? So there's something else. I was actually in Pittsburgh when the movie The Secret came out. And in that movie, I remember I was there at a screening of it. It was at that New Age bookstore that I was talking about. And I remember there was a screening for it. And of course, as a psychic, I read energy, right? And so I saw people during that movie. It was the weirdest thing. They actually went outside of their hearts. They're like, let's say they were in their body, like fully embodying themselves. During that movie, The Secret, when they were all talking about, oh, what you think, you get what you think, or your thoughts create all that stuff. I saw them going into their heads and just purely being in their head, visualizing things. I almost saw like pictures going around their head, kind of like, how like babies have those things that just are around them. And it was just like these pictures in their head that were totally disconnected from their heart. After that, I went on a mission to help people reconnect with their hearts and have a better understanding of how the law of attraction works. Because you absolutely have to be in tune with your soul in order for it to work. You can't, the universe will send you on the wrong path. And so if you think, your ego doesn't always know what you want. You may think you want something, but your soul has something deeper, better, always. So what we're going to do now we're going to be closing our eyes in a moment, because you have to look in to tune into your soul. And so if you're driving, don't. This is recorded, so you can come back and you can listen to the recording. So please don't do this if you're driving. Please don't do this if you're distracted. This is your sacred time. This is your sacred space. So please be in a place where you can actually have quiet and tune in, okay? This is for you. So what we're going to do in a moment is close our eyes, and I'm going to guide you through a process where you can tune into your heart, which connects you to your higher self, and that you're going to be receiving energy. So during this process, I think it's really helpful for you to first allow yourself to receive impressions, to allow yourself to see what comes to you instead of forcing something, right? Now, if something doesn't come to you right away, it's okay to let yourself imagine. There's a difference between forcing yourself to imagine something and imagine something. Do you know what I mean? Like if you think you want something, you're going to try to visualize it. I'm just saying, allow to see what your imagination comes up with. And I'll probably guide you to ask some questions to yourself. So what we're doing now is we're using your imagination to put you in a state in the future where you're not worried about the obstacles that you have in your real life. So you're letting yourself imagine as if you're not afraid of what people think about you. You're not afraid of, you have enough money to do what you love. So when we're going through this visualization, I ask you to do this as if you're in a future place where it's already happened, where you are already in that place of joy and love and abundance and bliss, where you're beyond even, like, you don't even remember, like, oh, did I ever have that concern? Was I ever caring what people thought about me? Was I ever, so freaked out about money that I didn't take a chance on myself? I want you to transport yourself to a reality and the here and now as if it's already real. Okay? So that's what we're going to do in a moment. So just let yourself do that. And I'm going to guide you to say some things from your heart. Now, mind you, if you're not a visual person, like let's say I say to you, apple, you could picture an apple, right? So don't force anything, right? Like you have an imagination. And, like I said, even though I'm asking you not to force anything, imagine something. Like if you don't know what an apple looks like, imagine what an apple looks like, right? And then if you can't do that at the moment, that's okay. The point is not to force anything, right? Just see what comes to you. It's more important that you keep the focus on your heart, that you keep your focus on your breathing, and you're in an easy process with this. So the other thing is to always stay connected with your heart. Now, you may just have words that come to you, right? Like, or maybe as you're speaking, you can feel something, but you can't picture it yet. It's okay. You are where you are. Don't force anything. Just be easy, and allow yourself to be guided. Okay? Promise. You're just going to let yourself relax and receive. Okay, now it's time to close our eyes. So close your eyes. And have your spine nice and straight. And make sure you're not like trying so hard to like visualize that you're scrunching up your face or tensing your neck or your head. Just let your mind go. Imagine that your angels are here with you, just taking your thoughts and your worries from your brain. And not that you can't think, but just the worries, like just let them release you of all of that from your mind, from your energy field. Any concerns or worries, just allow yourself to enjoy this process. Nice and easy, so you can feel joy in your heart. Feel that joy in your heart already. Just think of the energy of joy and allow yourself to experience it. And take some slow, deep, even breaths. Slow down your breathing so that you can feel your breath in your body. That's wonderful. Now at the soles of your feet, you can actually feel yourself connect to the earth. You can even imagine roots that grow deep into the earth. Wonderful. And let those roots grow deep and wide into the nourishing, moist, rich soil of the earth. And bring your awareness to the base of your spine. And feel your breath in the base of your spine, nourishing your root chakra. And imagine from your root chakra, there's a thick grounding cord that goes deep into the earth. Let yourself be anchored into the earth and supported by the earth. Now you're going to be put in a column of white, sparkling light. This light draws away any lower thought forms, energy, and vibrations, and brings love, warmth, healing, and protection. And with every breath, this beautiful ball of light, we're this column of light. I usually put you in a ball of light. With every breath, this column of light is growing larger and wider, larger and wider. You're in this beautiful, healing, protective column of light. Now imagine there's a pillar of white light in each of the four corners of your room that goes from heaven down to the core of the earth. And your whole room is filled with this beautiful, sparkling white light. Now we're going to call in our guides. Great Spirit, surround us with your love, your light, your peace, your power, and your grace. Help us to be at one with you, and may we feel your presence in our hearts. We invite the archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel to guard and protect the four corners of our spaces, and to ensure that we connect only with the highest energies in the love and light of the Creator. We invite all of the archangels, our angels, spirit guides, power animals, ascended masters, and beings of light of only the highest vibration to surround us, protect us, and share your love and wisdom with us. We ask to be clear channels of divine consciousness and love. We ask that you assist us in letting go of our fears toward fulfilling our purpose, living our truth, speaking our truth, being seen and appreciated for who we are, and for living our calling for the highest and best of all. Thank you. Amen. Now keep your eyes closed. And now that you're in this beautiful protected space, in this column of light, visualize about 20 feet above your head, a beautiful ball of light. Which represents your higher self. And allow this higher self to stream their light into you, into your column that's connected to the earth. See, you are connected to your higher self, body, mind, and spirit. And allow yourself to have your higher self guide you, thoughts, action, and deed, every day in every way. Now bring your awareness to your heart chakra. Bring your awareness to your heart. And imagine now that your consciousness is in your heart. So if you feel yourself thinking in your brain, just bring your awareness back into your heart as you breathe light and love into your heart. Breathe into your heart. And open your heart front and back. And as you breathe into your heart and your consciousness is in your heart, you are connected with your higher guidance, your spirit guides, angels, and your higher self who guide you on your journey. Now, as you are connected to your heart, set an intention to have clarity about living your calling, doing what you were born to do, and having the confidence and courage to do so. So that is a very strong intention. So keep your eyes closed, and I'm going to guide you to visualize. So you're going to open up your third eye, bring light there. Imagine that your third eye is opening up, and connect that third eye to your heart. Imagine that there's a beam of light connecting your third eye to your heart. So as you are still connected to your heart, you're going to allow yourself to imagine. Imagine. So you're transported to a future realm where you are already living your calling. It could be the immediate future, and yet you are living your calling. You are doing what you were born to do. Now, as you do that, imagine where you are. What are your physical surroundings? So what are the surroundings you're in as you are in this reality where you're doing what you love, where you're living your purpose? Where are you? What are your surroundings? Look around. Are you by yourself? Are you with others? What are you doing? No, can you hear anything in this environment? What does it sound like? What aromas are there? Are there any fragrances? What do you smell? What does it feel like? Look around and experience this in as much detail as you can with all of your senses. So notice emotionally what it feels like to be in this environment where you are in your calling. You're living the life your soul intended. What does that feel like? Now, you might switch scenes in your mind or not. You might be here still. As you're living your calling, ask yourself to imagine now what you're doing. What are you doing? Just notice the first thing that comes to you. And if nothing's come to you, simply imagine what you imagine yourself to be doing. And let that scenario play out for you for several moments now. And as you do, notice how you feel. Now go inside your heart. Keep visualizing, but make sure you notice how you feel. Don't strain. Let this be an enjoyable process. Now take a breath, and you can remain visualizing or not. Just notice as you remember, as you're feeling into this experience, whether you're visualizing or not. You can say to yourself what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, using the words, I am. And if you're in a place where you can do so, say it out loud. You can say something like, for instance, I am blissful. Talk about how you feel. I'm blissful. I feel at ease. I feel nourished. I feel connected. I can feel how much I'm helping people. I can feel the energy of this other being that I'm connected with. And it feels so beautiful to know that I'm helping them. Whatever that means for you, talk about your experience in your heart using the words I am or I feel. And amp it up a little bit. Amp up that volume all the way. So if you are feeling happy, you can feel blissful, whatever that means. And really feel the joy of knowing that you're helping other beings, other people, plants, animals, whatever that is. Feel that joy in knowing what a difference you are making in the world, what a difference you are making in others' lives. Really feel that. Good. Now take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. Really ground that energy into the earth. And whenever you are ready, you can open up your eyes. So I would love to hear from you in the chat, what you're experiencing, how that may feel different than simply just visualizing what you think you want. The beauty of this is that your body doesn't know the difference between memory, imagination, and reality. So as you're visualizing this and really feeling it, then that becomes your reality. And so when you're in life making choices, you'll have a very strong sense of if you are closer to that reality or if that is something very different than what you felt in that vision. So it's so important to make your decisions based on what you just experienced. What did you see yourself doing? How did it feel? And as you're making choices, boy, does this feel like it's taking me closer to that? Or does it feel like it's taking me further away from that? And you know, it's really, really important for you to understand that you don't need to take the long route to get there. Your life can and will change very, very quickly when you are doing things that are taking you toward your purpose, that you're actually living your purpose. You can feel that joy, that bliss, even throughout the journey. So I'm going to give you an example too of like taking the long way versus like going the straight route. So I always knew I was meant to teach, and I loved doing readings, and I was extraordinarily good at them, and they were popular, but I was exhausted, and it started to feel very draining in the end because I meant, I mean, it's my purpose to reach a lot of people. And the readings were feeling like, wow, I take an hour and it's awesome helping one person. But if you know in your heart that you're meant to help thousands and thousands of people, then, so I'd always seen that and I'd always known that, but I was very afraid to leave my readings. And then I got very sick, which was the way the universe is like, you need to do this now. So one of the reasons I am mentoring people, and I'm doing that through Marie Forleo's B School, is because I really didn't have the tools to do that. And I needed a mentor and I needed someone to help me. I actually was craving a community and connection. And so I thought that an in-person thing would be a lot better than doing something online. But I actually I went on a journey to find a community to help me and to find a mentor and to find this. And I went on a very long journey. I actually avoided Marie Forleo's B School for a long time because I didn't want to do something online. I thought it would be less personal and less awesome. But I'll tell you about some of those experiences another time, perhaps, where the universe was very much telling me that some of those in-person groups weren't appropriate for me. And I actually found a better community online through Marie Forleo's B School because, so I did eventually sign up after the universe showed me that like, maybe she was the best teacher for me. And she is, and she was. And so I learned the skills to bring my message to the online world and to create courses and products and meditations, which is what I've been wanting to do. So I learned the skills through her, but what I didn't understand too was that I also found an incredible in-person community because there's so many people around the world who have joined. It's like, I have friends that I've created, I've collaborated with, and just lifetime friends that I talk to every day. So the reason I'm sharing this now is because I was trying to avoid teaching by doing readings first, okay? So like, let's say you are a massage therapist, right? But your real goal is to do energy healing. A lot of times people will be like, well, I need to just do massage first and build up my practice for 10 years. And then people will be ready for me to share my unique energy healing message. And then by that time, you're already exhausted and like have carpal tunnel, right? Whereas if you have a vision and a knowing that you're meant to do something, just go straight to that. Like, don't get sick like me and have to like, like, I should have just gone straight to the teaching longer, like really more quickly, right? I'm so grateful that I found the tools. And once I did put my mind to it and have those tools, my life changed very quickly. And I mean, people thought it was like an overnight success, right? But it was like, I took years getting there. But once I made that commitment and found the mentor and found my group, my life changed extraordinarily quickly because I was doing what I was born to do. So if you are an artist or you are a healer or you have a business idea or whatever it is, or you have a coaching practice or whatever, or you want to have one and you think, oh, well, of course you need to get training, right? And that was one of the steps to pursue your dreams, right? But don't take like 1,000 side steps getting there. Just go right to it. Like when you were visualizing, that was reality for you. Your body did not know the difference between memory, imagination, and reality. You can create this reality for yourself very quickly as you're making choices to do that. So promise yourself right now that you're going to make your calling your priority, that you're going to do what it takes and not take these side routes to get there. That you're going to believe in yourself, that you're going to commit to yourself, that you're going to invest in yourself, that you're going to find that community, that you're going to find those mentors, that you're going to find whatever it needs to do, that you're going to make that website if you need to, that you're going to do that YouTube channel, even if it scares you, whatever that means for you, take those steps. You have to make this a priority. So use that vision that you had as a guide. Am I taking myself farther away from this or closer to this? You'll feel it. Now, for those of you that want to continue and have me help you on this journey, I am offering a bonus package because I am an affiliate of Marie Forleo. Why? Because she changed my life and the community changed my life. And I believe in her and I believe in the power of her work and the community and what it's done for me. So because of that, and because also business isn't that, sometimes you need an interpreter for business if you are an empath and you are a sensitive. So that's why, as my bonus package, it's very much geared toward people who are sensitive or empathic or are creative or just really feel something on a more soulful level than just like, oh, it's just business. It's not what this is for you. It's deep. So if you want that support, I do have a bonus where I am your mentor moving through B School, and we do live coaching calls, and I'm going to take, I do group readings that benefit the greater good. And I also do some laser coaching for business as well. And we'll look at people's websites or your opt-ins, and I'm going to teach you how to create engaging webinars, engaging YouTube videos, engaging blogs, so that you're more connected to your heart and soul, and it's not just like business that's like out there. So if that is of interest to you, just, we have some links for all kinds of things, right?
Absolutely. We have lots of wonderful comments too, Kari. You might want to take a look in the chat while I'm getting those links.
I'd love to. Yeah. Do you want to read any, or should I read them later? Or what's going on?
Well, just lots of lovely comments, lots of questions, lots of people commenting on what came up for them. Let's see.
I'm going to take some questions in a moment.
Thank you, Kari. That was beautiful. I love the meditation. I was surprised by where it went.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Always surprised by, you think you want one thing and your soul's like,
Emmy says, hi, Kari, this meditation was so uplifting. Thank you. I even shed tears. Lots of people commenting with what came up for them. Brenda says, I've been running it from it for at least 4 or 5 years, hoping I could just make it happen.
Give me angel bucks. Yeah. I know that I ran from my teaching. I ran from doing online stuff because I was so self-conscious. I ran from all of that. And I got sick. I mean, the universe was like, girl, because we know the universe is sassy that way. So yeah, you can't run from it. And the universe is going to show you. And really, my life changed so fast. Miracles happened left, right, and center once I committed to this and once I believed in myself. So, and just did it and made that choice. Like, it was scary. All the steps were scary. Going on YouTube was scary. Teaching my first class, I was so nervous. I taught in my living room, like 10 people, and I've done webinars now with 87,000 people. There's 2 million views on my YouTube. I remember my first YouTube video, I was like sitting on my hands. I was so scared, and I scripted the whole thing. Lord only knows I don't script anything now. So, I mean, it's terrifying, but you have to, Marie Forleo actually even says, start before you're ready. And I do think that's a lovely motto. And so, anyway, so I think someone's asking, they want to learn about B School. So we have links to Marie Forleo's videos if you want to understand what B School is like. And then we'll put a link to my bonus package as well. If you want me to be your mentor, to help you live your calling and help you on that journey in a way that you need that special empath guide and that my psychic guide as well, because we are doing group readings and I am going to be connecting with guides and one of the things we do during the journey in my intuitive mentorship through B School is I help you clear intuitive, those blocks of the poverty vows and all those past life vows that you may have toward poverty, or that fear of being seen, or that fear of rejection. That's a focus of what we go into we go into some past life stuff quite a bit, actually, because you're an old soul. And so there you have it. Old souls have some stuff they carried with them. So you have all these gifts, but you also have some fears of, we're not like, I mean, you may be an accountant. I actually have had accountants go through B School with me, but they're still doing it in a soulful way. So you're not just like your average like bean counter, or like, you're special, right? Like everybody's special, but like, you know what I'm talking about. So, Jess, I'd like to take a couple of questions and connect with a couple of people. And so this will be different. So how do we do that?
If you are interested in coming on the call to chat with Kari, should be a little, if you're joining us via web, there should be a little thing at the bottom that says raise hand. And if you're on the phone, I'll have to check and look and see. I should have checked before. I think it's *2 if you're on the phone.
*2. Don't press anything too many times. Press *2 or *8. But or write your question in the Q&A.
There is a Q&A. However, if they're on the phone, then I'm gonna find that out. But I've got a few people with their hands up, so I'm gonna open up for Francesca. Let's see, allow to talk. Francesca, are you there? Oops, there she is.
I hope I get to see you in person, Francesca. Francesca, hello. I love your name.
Hi.
Hi, Francesca.
Let me put the, that's not the video. I don't know how to put
I wanted to give you the opportunity to ask you first. Is it okay to turn your video on?
Yes, yes.
Okay, just 1 second.
Oh, yeah, sometimes I'm like, we're not
panelist.
going on camera because I'm not always ready for prime time. So that's why we don't just put you there. Yeah, we'd love to see your face though.
Sure, I don't see it. I don't know. Oh, wait, I got to undo it. My hand.
Hi, Francesca. Hi. You love the color red, huh? That's awesome.
It's actually orange. But I comes out. Yes, I do. I'm so happy to speak with you. I didn't expect this at all. This is like
I'm getting into
late to the meditation because
we'll go back and listen to the beginning.
I will. And I can relate to a lot of what you said. The fear I know. And the massage therapy example just hit me because I did that, but I know I'm a healer, I'm an empath. And
you wouldn't, but I wish I could. Can you guys see the angel bumps on my thing? I mean, you got it, everything. And you're also connected to departed loved ones a lot.
Yes.
Yes. So a little bit of mediumship thrown in.
Yes, and I was writing before I knew I was going to be selected to speak with you, which is an honor. Because I'm a big fan.
It's an honor to speak with you too.
And so I am at I'm at rock bottom. And I get emotional a lot.
I have my tissue here too, just in case we all cry. We're all a bunch of empaths on the call, so that's okay. Love, 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 love.
So I'm at the point right now where I just embarked like 2 days ago, and I'm going to be selling this. I decided to embark on this, but I know that I need to like do something online. I know that my future is online. Again, I've watched some of the videos from Mary Folio, but I don't know where to begin. And I don't even know. I know she has a promotion going that terrified. I wasn't really in the right frame to do the video. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, but my question to you was that I know I need a mentor. Is it possible to do the mentorship with you before doing the school, or is it something that you recommend doing simultaneously? Because I've got.
So Jess knows that I've gone through this like, every year I'm like, should I just do this by myself? Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people, it's a $2,000 investment, by the way, for people. And she has a monthly plan.
For you?
For B School.
Okay.
So it's a monthly plan, which makes it, yeah, it makes it more palatable. When I did it, there wasn't.
It's not $2,000 per month.
I'm sorry, not $2,000 per month. It's a $2,000 plan, and it's like $199, I think, a month for. She has a monthly plan to break
up for 12 months.
For 12 months. But the thing is, B School is a lifetime investment. So you pay that one. It's so funny. Like I was tens of $1,000s in debt when I did it, and I was really scared. And she did not have a monthly payment. It was like a quarterly thing, I think, at the time, and which it was to me, or no, it was a 4 monthly payments for just 4 months, and it still came up too fast for me. But the thing is, at the time, I made my investment back very quickly because through the support of the community, you know, when you're seeing like everybody, they're like, I just raised my rates, or I just did this. It's like you get a lot of confidence. And, you know, I just started doing videos then, and it was the B School community that's like, Kari, you should do videos every month. And I was like, no, but it was like, it gave me the confidence. You're in this, like, you know, with geese, it's like, there's they fly in the V formation because the goose in front of you is like giving you the wing draft. And so it's easier for the geese behind them. So every year I go through this thing where I'm like, should I just offer this by myself? Because a lot of people ask me to, or should I offer this only in conjunction with B School? I always go for B School because she has some skills that, I mean, the woman's got mad skills. Like, and the thing is, she's so good at what she does, and she's got so many incredible skills. And the thing is, it's a community of 50,000 people. So in B School, there are groups within groups. So like when you join through me, for instance, so there's the Live Your Dreams group, which is the mentorship with me. And then there's the Live Your Dreams for your class, and then all the alumni are together after you finish your class. So there's that very small group. And then she has groups like, you know, B School Amsterdam, B School Bologna, B School Florence, B School, you know, like B School, like, you know, there's groups within groups. And then I also have another bigger group called the Woo Woo Crew, which is another 4,000 just like psychics and energy healers. And so there's all of these levels of groups within groups. So basically you have groups within your field. So there'll be like, you know, I was actually looking to move to the Netherlands a couple of years ago. And so I like got in touch with the B School Netherlands group, and I, you know, met with people. So it's like, if you're going to move somewhere, if you're going to go somewhere, if you live somewhere, there's like all these groups, because she has a community of over 50,000 people. So this is why I'm like, it's like she has mad skills, which are like incredible. And then she has all these mentors that have specialties. Like she'll have a social media mentor. It's just such an amazing machine. That's why at this time, I keep still choosing to collaborate with her as opposed to offering this as a separate thing, because it is such an incredible community and an incredible network, and she has so like pieces of everything. And then of course she's a genius at all the business stuff, right? I mean, I'm helping you interpret the business stuff too in our own special way, but she really does have that's her gift.
Yeah. I have one hesitation, and I've already know I've got to do it, but I don't know whether I'm biting on more than I can chew, because right now I really don't have a steady income job.
I understand.
Deep in debt, and even contemplating bankruptcy. That's how bad it is.
Oh, I understand.
So I was wondering, maybe because now I'm starting this job that's just commission based. I'm just recovering from a concussion that happened in March. And that's why everything's kind of upside down, because I'm just a year now. It's going to be March 14th. It's going to be a year since the head injury. And I'm like just beginning to kind of get my energy back. And I'm going to jump into this sales job, which I know I'm not a salesperson, but I need a stream of income.
Right.
I know that that's what I need to do that before I join B school. So that's where my brain is.
I personally also feel it's important to have some income before doing this. I personally feel that way because
Okay,
there have been people that have signed up before they were ready. It's a commitment.
yes.
The thing is, as someone wrote, B school can be done over and over again. And I agree with that. However, when you're in this class, right? By the way, I'm not talking anyone out of signing up if you feel like that.
Yeah.
I'm here to be honest with people and let people know what's best for them. If you are stressed over, now I had someone that joined and then he had cancer in the middle of it and like things like that. But then he picked up later and he was like, he's, benefited totally from it. You will benefit from B school all the time. However, if you're working on a major health and money thing all at once, it may not be the right time to I went in there, I'm like, I'm so ready. I'm so ready. Some people don't know what they want to do. And then and then you go in there and it will help you discover what you want to do. But if you're like, I don't know what I want to do yet, I'm struggling, I don't have the money to pay that. I don't have anything, it's not like you have a day job that you want to quit. Exactly. It might be a little much for you right now. I'm just giving you my honest.
I'm glad to say that because I struggle with making decisions and I want to do everything because the moment I feel a little better, I think I can do it and then I bite on more than I can chew.
Yeah, and if that's an issue, I do have to say, and this has nothing to do with work, obviously, but it does. I keep seeing a man in your life and I keep hearing the word drama a little bit.
I'm single. I've been divorced for 15 years. I struggle with relationships.
I think that's your guides your guides wanted me to give you that message.
I want a relationship.
No, I understand. And so I think your guides want you to know that you don't need so much drama in your life.
Say it again.
You don't need so much drama. That relationships don't need to be drama. Business doesn't need to be drama. Career doesn't need to be drama. And I feel like you got into this pattern of fear after that relationship that you fear that. Now, this may not have anything to do with anybody, but I just want to talk to Francesca now since her guides brought her on the thing and you're not joining me for B school, most likely this time around.
In the future, for sure, because I feel it's once I'm ready and I got some income.
Yeah, and for the people that are listening, that if you have a day job and you're still struggling with money, but you have some sort of income and you're not struggling with health and money, like I say, go for it. Francesca, if you don't have that, if it's too much for you, like, because there is some focus to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I came in there, I'm like, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to change my life.
I'm not ready. I know that.
What did someone say? Laura, someone said 3 years ago I signed up. What is she saying, Jess?
She says 3 years ago I signed up and couldn't finish due to health issues. I'm hoping this is the year I'll finally be able to go for it. Lori said that. But Lori, she also said too that B school can be done over and over every year. It's worth the investment, especially when you have lots of things going on in your life. And I just want to clarify one point because this came up. Kari's mentorship program is free when you sign up for B school. There's no additional charge for you to do the mentorship with Kari. So
thank you for that. And so the other thing is it's not just every February that you can do B school. It's like it's open to you all year long. Does that make sense?
I have a pattern. I did sign up in 2012 for the Tony Robbins Strategic Intervention. I yet have to complete the program. And I know
it may not have been as compelling.
My life has been such a roller coaster.
Yeah, I know. And I feel like and the thing is, roller coasters are fine. And I feel like this is something that can help so many people, just for you personally. But I also feel like your guides want you to know that things don't have to be drama.
I know.
And relationships don't need to be drama. So I'm just going to leave you with that message. Yes. And maybe if you start doing, if you feel like, hey, this job, I can do this and focus on B school and have that opportunity to be mentored by Kari and mentored by Marie and part of this community, and this will help me, then go for it.
I'm getting this job so I can do this, because I know ultimately my future is online. I just have but as soon as I get the stream of income and I get myself back on the road, I'm there like a bear.
Well, Francesca, I'm so honored and delighted I had the chance to speak with you.
Me too. It's an honor.
Lots of love, Francesca.
Thank you.
Bye. So yeah, like I said, you don't need to start in February, the program. So if you do have a source of, if you're not like, I am struggling with health and I don't have any income and I don't know what I want to do. I mean, those are, any one of those factors by themselves wouldn't be too much of an obstacle, but all three at once might be a little much. But if you know, if you have something and you're not liking it, definitely join me, right? If you're compelled to. If you don't know what you want, but you know you want something and you're really ready for that, awesome. You know, if you're struggling with a health issue, but you know, like, I really want to focus on my business too, go for it. Does that make sense? She had all three, which makes it a little bit more challenging. You know, I take surveys every year of our participants, and people are thrilled that they signed up. And the thing is, it's so much deeper and more and different than even about your business. Like, there's so much more to it that changes your life, and because you learn most of your lessons through that. Jess, do you have other people?
Yes, I have another person, Jess, with her hand up. I actually think Jess went through B school with us already, but she's got her hand raised, so I'm gonna.
Yes, is that Jessica SQ? It is, because I know she's the only other Jess that I know from. And hi, Jess. Oh. Hi.
Can you see me?
No,
I can't.
Can we turn your video on? Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
I'm so happy. The minute she said Jess was a former B schooler, I knew it was you. Hi. Hi, Jess. When do we get to see your beautiful face?
Now can you see me?
Yeah, you're sideways.
There we go.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, guys.
Looks sunny where you are. So what's going on? How can I help you?
Yeah, the sun came out for my birthday. It's like 79.
Is this your birthday?
So today is my birthday.
Happy birthday! I'm so honored I get to be with you on your birthday, and I'm glad that we got to set some intentions for your birthday. People are wishing you a happy birthday on the chat.
Thank you, guys. I'm so happy I get to see your face, and Jess's too. I heard the person talking about I signed up 3 years ago. I think I also was in the 3 years ago group.
I think so too.
And so I was just sharing that, yeah, I didn't finish the B school part yet. I actually had to bow out of my payments, and I'm going to sign back up and finish my B school now, 3 years later. But if I hadn't gone through the mentorship thing, that was where you told me I had all this institutional karma. And that's true. Like, I spent the last 3 years working on my
Can you
BBC
explain to
documentary.
people what we're talking about?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would be better if you did. Kari does like weekly calls on the mentorship.
They're monthly now.
And
monthly calls.
They're monthly. And she kind of will take people's questions and do sort of readings, intuitive readings for them to help them kind of deal with their past life karma or their karma that's affecting
and these readings benefit everyone, right? So like it's not just the people we're reading for, it's like everyone gets to benefit when I read for someone.
Yes. There's always themes.
There's always themes.
Yeah, there's always themes. For sure.
What happened with the past life stuff we're talking about here? Oh, Jess, did you go away?
Well, I mean, as you know, I went, oh, can you not hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No?
Yeah.
Can you guys see me okay?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. So I just think that what I wanted to share is that if you hadn't told me that when I was going into the documentary with the BBC about the dance for camera stuff, I wouldn't have survived the project. I mean, I haven't finished it and I'm having still a lot of obstacles and stuff. And you tried to warn me, but I didn't think that I I don't think I was ready to hear it fully. And so I was like running from stuff too.
So
right?
let me clarify for people. So basically during these coaching calls where I tune into people, and there's always themes. And like I said, a lot of times it's past life themes. I had tuned into Jess on one of the calls and picked up on some karmic lessons she had around institutions. And I was explaining to her that, you know, she was working on a project with a very big institution, i.e. the BBC. And I was explaining to her how karmically they're, you know, how to move around these obstacles, right? So there was some past life healing that needed to happen in that. And that was one of the things that we discussed on the call. And there's often past life themes on the calls. And what Jess, I believe, is saying is that that helped you through that, clearing those past life issues, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you, Jess, for coming on your birthday. So basically, during these calls, during these coaching calls, a lot of times, often, there's, you know, when you're business is where you're going to learn a lot of your spiritual lessons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part that I'm helping with. So Marie's going to teach you all about business, and I'm going to teach you all about helping you through this spiritually.
The spiritual lessons.
Move through your blocks, help you heal all that baggage around, you know, being seen and the fear of rejection and getting caught in karmic patterns so that you can do what your soul intended. Is that what you came on to say on your birthday, Jess?
Yeah, like don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to sign up and learn the lessons that you need to learn so that you can move to where you want to in your business, because it doesn't always happen instantaneously, and you don't have to be ready for everything all at once. You know, it's a process.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And sometimes you need when there's support, take it. And I didn't have any support back then, and I needed those sessions to feel like I could take care of myself, you know? So
Isn't that
it was very helpful.
paradox? You need support to know that you can take care of yourself.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. To give yourself support.
And do you feel supported?
I do. My tarot reading I got for my birthday, the first card today was like, getting healthy. Now you know getting healthy is the most important thing. And
Yeah.
I've been having a week of intense self-love. And so, yeah, I think I've learned that lesson.
Well, we're going to give you so much love. Send
Thank
her some
you.
love and fairy dust. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you for coming on and sharing that with us on your special day.
Of course. Have a wonderful day. Lots of love.
Lots of love. Bye. So as Jess was saying, the other Jess, not this beautiful Jess right here, also the other beautiful Jess, as she was saying, it's, you know, this is a journey, and this isn't just you're signing up for February. So if you don't have like piled on obstacles, it is a great source of support and spiritual nourishment. Are there any other questions about anything?
Yes, I have a few other questions. I'm going to tick through them, Kari, so you can answer them real quick. Ren says, can I start B School at any month?
Well, you need to sign up before February 28th.
There's registration period is open now.
Yeah, and it's only once a year that you can register.
But they can go at their own pace through it if they choose to.
And like I said, like, you know, people get sick, or people have babies, and people get distracted, or people get overwhelmed, and life happens. So then, again, no, you don't need to just even start in February. You sign up in February, and if something happens where you get like, oh, I'm away for 2 months and, you know, on a mission in Africa or whatever, you know, and then you come back, and then you can do it not just in February. You sign up in February, but then you have access to it 24/7, 365. And then you have access to our group, and all of my calls are recorded in the bonus package. So anything that I'm going through, any of the mentorship, is meant to be recorded and for you to benefit from always as well. So all the healing that we're doing, all the lessons that we're doing, it's all recorded for you, just like this is recorded right now. Like, you know, you could do this meditation, this journey, like in 10 years, and hopefully it would still help you. So that's how that goes. What other questions?
Angel says, this is on Facebook. She says, I already have business experience and am part of a mastermind group. How does B School differ from other areas?
Later on this next week, we're going to be talking to Fiona, who has an MBA as well. And so again, B School Mastermind is, again, it's like a smaller network as well, which I think is really important to have. And there are masterminds within B School. You have, Marie has her modules. She has mentors for like different specialties like social media. And it's just such a broad network of specialties that you have access to. And the other thing is about any resource that you need. If you need a web designer, if you have a question just about like, you know, like I remember asking people in my local B School group what lawyer to use for like, you know, when I incorporated into an S Corp. There's so many aspects. It's such a broad range of not only is Marie very unique and special in the way that she teaches. First of all, you have me as your mentor through my, like Jess was saying, that my bonus package is free. And I'm not sure, you know, I know that I have a very unique gift and a very unique way of helping people and a very unique skill set of helping people through their spiritual journey. And that in and of itself, I'm not sure you can get in your mastermind, because I know I have a special gift, right? And Marie has a very special gift of her communication style is very easy, but also, like I said, just the range of support, just the range.
And also, Angel, Marie's B School also is very much geared towards people who want to take their business online. So it's not just, I mean, running brick and mortar business is different in a lot of ways from running your business online. And so a lot of the resources and tools and skills that you need to know about how to bring your business online, how to grow and scale online, that's what you're going to get at B School. That is going to be really different from regular business training and experience.
Thank you, Jess. Jess is my other brain. I don't know if she's my only one. What other questions do we have?
Do you, let's see. Yes, there were some other questions about how many hours per week to dedicate to B School? What's the time investment?
She says around 3. So you'll want at least like an hour and a half with me, hopefully, right? Again, they're recorded, but I'd love for you to join me for some of the live calls. And we also have a live masterminds. We have these live masterminds where Jess has some kind of technical magic, and you're off with a group of 8 to like help each other. So there's these like little mini masterminds that we're gonna have different, you know, accommodate different time zones for sure, so that you can collaborate with people live there. So I would say between 3 and 4 hours. I would say 3.5 you would want to dedicate for those 8 weeks. But my bonus program is longer than B School, because I feel like I don't want to pile on too much at once for you. So like I stretch out my mentorship so that, you know, we have like these monthly calls that are 4 months. We sometimes stretch it out just to space things more. So like sometimes like 5 months or sometimes even 6, because we're spacing things out so that you have this continued support and you don't have to like dedicate 10 hours a week while you're in B School. So I would say a good 3.5 while you're in it. But again, you can come back to it if you need to.
Wonderful. Thank you. Let me just check the Q&A one more time. What day of the month are your mentorship calls? And that
we haven't decided yet. Well, we haven't. We usually do different times, AMs or PMs, and we haven't decided yet. I'm sorry, I can't answer that now, but they're during the week, typically. So.
Okay. Did you want to talk with any? There are still people raising their hands, or are we? I know we're like way over time. Are we gonna?
Yes, we are way over time. Jess, do you need to go?
No, I'm fine. I just was checking in on you.
Talk to some person.
Okay, cool. Actually, so her name is, well, actually, she doesn't have her hand raised.
Q&A, either way.
Shalita says, I would love to enroll in B School, but I'm wondering if there are any karmic blocks that need to be cleared before embarking on this journey.
No.
Oh, she does have her hand up. She's here.
Oh yeah, I want to talk
open up for her. All right, Shalita, yeah. I'm going to open up your line.
I love your name.
I hope I'm pronouncing it right.
Yeah, tell us if we're pronouncing it.
I have to promote her to a panelist, so let's see.
See,
Shalita.
you already got a promotion. Hi, Shalita. Shalita,
can we hear
where are
you?
you? So let me just address her question before we're even bringing her on. So basically, I feel like feeling like you're not ready to do something that you really want to do is a karmic block sometimes. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. That's what I was saying. It's like, if you went through this journey, hi, Shalita. Do we get to see you? Hi. Do we get to hear you? How come I can't hear anybody?
Oh, because I was muted. That was my fault. But I think she's plugging it. Looks like she's trying to put in headphones.
Okay, great. So while she's doing that, I'm just going to say, like, this is what I was saying before. And whether you join me for B School or not, like, whatever it is you want to do, like, go directly there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't take all these sideways routes or think you're not ready. If you have a vision, an inspiration, an insight, something that you know you're meant to do, go right to it. Shalita, can we hear you now? Shalita? I see your pretty face. Jess, do we need to help her in some way?
It's not giving me the option to turn any sound on for her. So I don't know if her computer doesn't have a mic, or if you want to try to come in on another device or a phone or something.
Or you can take off your mic?
Yeah, I'm not sure, Shalita. I'm really sorry about that.
Well, in the meantime, I can bring on one other person too, but Shalita, I hope I'm still answering. I see you waving.
Right. So we have Andrea with her hand up. So Andrea.
And Shalita, you just talk whenever we can hear you. I'll talk to you. And hi, Andrea. Well, this little powwow we have.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Beautiful baby. Wonderful. How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you for having me. God, I love you so
Sure.
much. Everything you do.
Thank you. And you too. Did you have a question about anything we did today or B School or anything?
Yeah, not really B School.
Sure.
Because the reason is I've been a hairstylist for all my life, and I feel like I've counseled people and I've done a lot of energy clearing sometime when I was working on people, because I would really take on their energy and all that.
Yeah, a lot of hairdressers are psychic.
Oh my goodness, sometimes it's so intense, and thanks to you I've learned how to help myself shield
Wonderful.
off that.
So what's your question?
Well, I'm thinking about changing careers totally into something else, as actually a flight attendant. And because I feel I have this nudge that there's something else I need to do. And this has been something that I wanted to do before I even became a hairstylist.
Then I say yes. Totally
So,
yes.
So I should do it.
Totally.
Because I'm, you know, when you say fear is holding you back, it's like
That's
I'm
it.
going for it, and then I'm stopping.
Especially
and I'm
if it's something you wanted to do before. Yeah, go travel the world. Enjoy yourself.
So you think with my purpose that way I can still help people? And
so let me explain to you.
Level?
It's not my thinking. I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm listening to your energy. You know inside you that you need to make a change. It's something that you felt. It's something.
I'm here.
I'm just, it's something that you felt before you even did this. So this is that thing I'm saying. It won't go away. So you need to do it. And this is what I'm saying. I'm gonna turn your sound off now though, so that we can. I thank you so much. Shalita says she can hear and can't see, but I hope I answered your question. I'm going to wrap this up now because we've been together for an hour and a half. I want you to go about your day and enjoy yourself. So to wrap up what we talked about, if there is something that you are born to do, please do not avoid it, no matter how much it's scary. Invest in yourself, make those choices to go toward that as opposed to taking the side route. Go right to what you want to do. If you think there's karma holding you back, it's the fear that's the karma, right? And do what you know is inside of you. Now, regarding B School, to sum up, my bonus is free when you join B School, but you have to join through my unique link. Marie Forleo was my mentor, and the community totally changed my life. Jess is going to share with you the link below. And if you want to know more about Marie Forleo and her incredible training, she has a free training on now. And that is, Jess is going to put the links for you there. And really, to sum it up, I just want to make sure that you are taking a chance on yourself, whatever that means. Whether you join me, I'd love for you to join me, whatever that means for you. You need to take a chance on yourself, to believe in yourself, and do whatever that is inside of you. Take steps toward what your calling is, what your purpose is, and find the people and the community and the mentors and the support that you need to bring your calling to life. I love you so much, and I am so honored that I had the opportunity to share this with you today. I love you, and this is going to be recorded, so I can share this with you again. And I love you, and I hope to see you in my inner circle. I love you. Lots of love. Bye for now.